Hey guys, BH again. I got another project coming at you. Let me flip over here. So here's the bar area. And everybody knows that once you have a bar, you don't have enough seating and counter space. And so I've got this empty area right here where there's my stereo and DVD player and all the wires that go into the wall. And then you can see I got some wood on the floor here. And I got one bracket that I've already started. So I'm going to build a built-in. It's not going to be mounted to the wall though. It's going to be kind of a movable piece of furniture because I got pretty nice carpet down here and I don't want to cut it and then it not be stretched anymore. So we're going to make a project that's going to be pretty cheap, based off just using some 2x4s and some recycled cabinet doors and a recycled countertop that I got. So here is the beginning of the back half, and I'll have a couple more braces in there. But I'm going to go back out in the garage, finish the next section, and then once I get this thing kind of put together and give you a better idea. Okay, got both sides done. These are going to be some of the main supports. And then I'll show you here where this one will sit there, and then that'll be the support for the countertop. There'll be another one in the middle, and then there'll be another one at the end, and then there'll be supports all the way down through the bottom. So here is the frame part of it. I know it's kind of hard to see this way, but you can start to see it. And here is the sanded plywood that's going to be painted, and then below it, face down, is the countertop. So this is the very edge of it. The good part that I'm using is underneath the plywood. But that's where we are so far. And I'm going to finish cutting all these little support things. And then the next shot will be this all put together as a solid all together to make the main frame. You can see what the corners look like there. So I have lots of room for the inside of it. And it's solid. So I got two more supports. I'm going to do one in the middle there, and then in the bottom, and then one in the back and in the top. And here's an inside shot of it. And then that way that'll be set, and then I can get it downstairs and then do a fitting, make sure it's the way that I want, and then start doing the inside. All right, back down to the basement doing a test fit. Looks good. I like the way that it sits in there. Super strong. You can see I got the stereo stuff in there just to kind of mock it up. And so now I'm going to start finishing the inside of it. So down in here where it all look like a nice inside of a cabinet. And then once we're done on that, then we'll cut the outside doors for the cabinet doors to attach. And then we'll get the cabinet top, or the countertop actually, and then we'll put an edge around it, and it'll look good, but it's nice and sturdy, and it'll give us a lot of counter room. Back out in the garage, now we're going to do the bottom. You can see I got this white cabinet board, and that's the backing there, and I got the one piece already cut that's going to fit on the bottom, and then I'll do the sides, and then I'll do the back. So that's the next step. There's the insides done. You can see that's all white. This piece isn't mounted yet. So there you can see the back frame. And then here's the piece here. Cut, and it just slides in. Let me get a better shot back here. So there's the whole inside. And I'll finish nailing up that back panel, and then I'm going to start working on the exterior skin. All right, there's the end pieces all cut. They're not going to be painted until the whole thing's put together. You can see the front here though. And that's the end where those pieces that I just showed you go. This isn't mounted yet. It's going to be nailed right there. I've already got there's the cabinet doors that are going to go on this, and I've got them measured out. So next step is going to be nailing all this together, and then I'll make the measurements to cut the doors. All right, cabinet's laying down on its back, You can see the top is on, it's glued and nailed. This is what the cabinet door will look like. It's got a little bit higher at the top than at the bottom because I'm going to be putting trim on it. And you can see on there, I don't know how well you can see it, but you can see where the outlay is, where it's traced for the cutout. So that's where I'm at, is doing a cutout. And then I'll have both holes set. And then I'm going to nail the ends on and glue those. Those aren't on yet. So next shot, you'll see this pretty much put together without the top. Okay, here it is. A couple steps later, I ended up just pushing through. But you can see I got the cabinet holes are cut. The ends are on. And you can also see that it's primered. So let me go around this back side here too. And the back is on. So the ends, here they'll have some trim put on the ends. They'll be painted, and so you won't see it, and you won't see the cracks on this end, but that's where we are on this so far. And then now I'm going to start painting it brown. Okay, back again. Let me zoom down here. You can see I got the trim painted. It's got a little bit of dust on it, but black trim. And then black cornering. And here's a piece of it. As you can see, just the cornering that's painted black. And then here's one of the cabinet doors. That's a darker brown and black trim. And I just got one side of it. There's the other side that still needs painted. But it's looking good. I just need to finish the trim on that side and the other three corners. And then finish painting the other sides of the doors, and then I'll get those mounted, and then the whole base is done, and then I'll move on to the countertop, which it's sitting on right there. So you'll be able to see what the face of it looks like here. It's sitting on a rubber mount, so it's not getting all messed up. All right, down in the basement now. You can see all the painting's done, trim's on, and it's sitting in place. I have a cardboard cutout here on top so I could see what I wanted the countertop to look like. And that's pretty much where it's going to be. And then it'll have a oak trim just like I have around the bar top on it, so it'll be 3/8 of an inch wider than that. So we'll just pull this back here a little bit. I don't know what you can see with the light, but there's all my stereo stuff in there now. And I got a power strip in there, and you can see the 2x4 top. So I'm going to go out into the garage and get ready to cut the counter. Back out in the garage, this is the countertop. And you can see this is where the sink was cut out. And all around there. So I have it sitting on 2x4s right now. And then this one that's on top is going to be my straight edge I'm going to use with the saw. But I'm going to cut this down on this edge over here. And then we'll cut it to the correct width. But just to give you a shot of the color, it's a nice like darkish gray, which will look good down there. And so I'm going to cut the countertop and carry it downstairs and see how it fits. Here's the countertop in place. It's not screwed down or anything, it's just sitting there. There's an unfinished end. You can see that there's some scratches and stuff on the edge. So to fix that, I'm going to be putting some oak trim, which I have stained in the garage. And I'll show you it before I cut it. But looks good in place, like the way it turned out. You can see the color match with the bar. And then the same oak that's on the bar is going to be on the same top as this. Okay, back in the garage, here's the oak. They're at 8-foot pieces, but it's all stained, ready to go. So I am now going to use this piece for the front because I like the way that the wood grain looks in it, and do the sides. So that's the next step. Okay, all done, mounted, trims on. You can see how it fits nice along that wall, and got a nice shine to it. And I'll back up here so you can see how the overall project turned out, and really happy. And drinking on a IPA here. Cheers, and thanks for checking it out. We'll have another video out here soon, hopefully.